It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Mo ti dé ọlọ́pàá tó ń gba rìbá Máyégún máa wí àní ẹ̀sùn raki Máyégún ti dé. Hello there. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Máyégún Live again on the side of, let me say, from Houston, Texas. It's so awkward, I know. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Like I promised that I would be doing an intermittent sort of broadcast where we can always catch up on the development in the contraption. And today I have come again with, some, I've come again with some new updates. Some of you have been following them, but not in detail like we usually do on Máyégún's Diary Political. So this evening, because it's actually afternoon, right? So this afternoon or this evening, we are tackling a series of recent events, some of them that we have missed in the last 48 hours. So please share this broadcast, okay? After reading the caption of the broadcast, like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Máyégún is live. So I have series of events. So many of them have been like, on the headlines from Nigeria. And as usual, on Máyégún's Diary Political, the purpose is to keep us pretty much like updated on the happenings in that contraption, as these actions or inactions or what have you of these political office holders in the contraption affects us all directly and indirectly. So that is why you are here. And that is why I can't really leave you all for a whole 2 weeks without any updates. So this afternoon, we are starting with the controversial letter or declaration made by the Yoruba League of Alfas and Imams. Now that is religious, okay? So if you have been following, you probably must have come across people who have been taking sides. For example, those who believe that, the Satan of Sokoto is the supreme head. They call him Amir of all Muslims in Nigeria. Now, there's an organization, all right? There's an organization that's oversees the, the Islamic faith, Islamic faith and the followers in Nigeria, all right? From time immemorial, right? Somehow, Nigeria has been sort of like programmed in a way that the Fulanis, they are the owners of Islam, all right? So therefore, the organization that is meant to be overseeing the affairs of Muslims in Nigeria is, in perpetuity, is led by the Satan of Sokoto. And until recent, and I can tell you the event that led to that too, okay? Until recently, people never really had, problems because they believe that it is the Satan of Sokoto that usually would declare the time that they should all start fasting, the Ramadan, okay? But you see, when they started pushing this agenda of Sharia, It got some Yoruba. In fact, it actually started from the Northerners, okay, who never really sees the non-Fulanis as real Muslims. Or if you're not from the northern part of Nigeria, they don't really see you as, as a real Muslim, genuinely. But that is not how people who are like Muslims in southern part of Nigeria, that's not how they see it until recently, when the Satan of Sokoto came for the Yorubas. And what did he do? The Yorubas said, we don't want the political Sharia in Yorubaland. But there were those who were also, the fanatic Muslims in, Yorubaland, who are kind of like, ardent followers of the Satan of Sokoto. So when the idea of Sharia came by, so what then happened was that there were people being sponsored, there were people being funded, okay, to push it. And while they were doing all of that, behind the scene, okay, they were trying to use political leverage or leverages to get this done. Unfortunately, people resisted that. And the people that resisted this Sharia, this political Sharia, they are mostly Muslims. So forget about the fact that those who are non-Muslims have added their own voices to it. Say, no to Sharia, no to Sharia. The Muslims who are like Muslims in Yorubaland, they sensed, a kind of like an agenda being pushed, okay, to start what is believed to be a political Sharia. The one that they will tell you that Sharia is not for non-Muslims. Sharia is just for Muslims. It's none of your business, this and that. But experience have taught people that, no, that was how they started in northern Nigeria. They told people that their Sharia is not for non-Muslims. But we have evidence of non-Muslims who have been tried or threatened. We have seen non-Muslims who have been convicted in absentia by this supposed Sharia courts. So because of that, right, it became a very big issue. And then the Satan of Sokoto was like, he's so disappointed in the Yorubas. So they were now pushing the agenda like the Muslims in Yorubaland or in the southern part of Nigeria, that they are endangered. Meanwhile, like the Muslims in Yorubaland, for example, were like, what are you talking about? Like, what danger? Sure you get. Anyway, that kind of caused, level of, division between those who are Yoruba Muslims that believes that they were not supposed to be listening to Sultan of Sokoto. But like I said, Nigeria is structured in a way that the Fulanis, they structured Nigeria in a way that pays them. So those of us from the southern part of Nigeria demanding for either restructuring or regionalism or the breakup of Nigeria and all of that stuff, right? So we are considered as a threat to this structure put together by these Fulani oligarchs. Now, in the hierarchy of the Fulanis in Nigeria, the Satan of Sokoto, who is the grandson or great-grandson or great-great-great-great-great-grandson of the first terrorist in Nigeria, Uthman Danfodio, on record. See, no, I mean, what do you mean? I wanted to say no insult intended, but if you see it as an insult, well, maybe it is really intended, okay? So these Yorubas are now beginning to say, we need to cut ourselves off from this idea of whatever the Satan wants is what the rest of Yorubas, Muslims, and the rest of Nigeria must abide by. So because of this, when Yorubas vehemently rejected this idea of Sharia, this minority fanatics in Yorubaland, especially those ones from Ilorin, those ones from Ilorin who never really associate themselves with anything Yoruba, even though so many of them are speaking Yoruba, all right? So they call the Yorubas Elebo, Yorubas this, Yoruba, you get. So they aligned with their Satan of Sokoto to disparage the Yoruba culture, Yoruba tradition, Yoruba's ways of life, and all of that stuff. They see themselves more as Fulanis than Yorubas. Now, this division in who should obey Satan or not Satan, right? That one is existing as we speak. However, the League of Imams in Yorubaland, they now came out and made the announcement. The announcement was that from the 1st of March, they were going to start the fasting, the Ramadan fasting. Again, don't forget, I gave you the background of why things seems to be going in a different direction right now. That's why I gave you that background. So that the Satan of Sokoto should just control his own area, control your own area. Stay in Sokoto, control your Sahel border state, or stay in your Sharia state. You should not be commanding the rest of us outside your own jurisdiction. Because to us in Yorubaland, for example, right, we have the Obas, the royal fathers. And this Satan of Sokoto is expected to be the royal father for them in Sokoto. Now, anything beyond that Sokoto can be whatever the arrangement is in northern Nigeria. That's their own problem, not ours. But you see, this thing that I'm saying to you right now is considered as a blasphemy. Normal, if they grab me with this kind of ideology, right, they will ask them to stone me to death. Now, that is alien to my own culture. It's alien to my own tradition. It's alien to everything I hold dear as a Yoruba man. Now, but if I am a Muslim, there are some people who expected me to begin to act like I am a Fulani. Do you get that now? And whatever is associated with, what do you call it? Whatever is associated with Yoruba is considered secondary. And that is an insult to somebody like me. That because of your religion, then you have to put your religion because Muhammad told you that, or your religion taught you that, which is not true. That Muhammad is Arab. I am a Yoruba man. Now, if I adopt the religion of Islam, for example, now there is no way I am supposed to put whatever it is over my. Don't forget, I'm not a Muslim, so there are Muslims that will automatically disagree with me, but which is fine. It's fine. But it's an insult for anybody who is speaking Yoruba to look at me and say their own teachings is more superior to my tradition and my culture. Do you get that now? But there are people who want to believe that, and they are not just believing it, they are actually acting it. So this little kind of division now brought about, this face-off now. And what is the face-off? Everybody have to wait for the Satan of Sokoto whenever there is going to be Ramadan. Okay, when I was a Muslim, you have to like wait for the moon. It's called moon sighting. So sometimes they wait for them in Saudi Arabia to sight the moon. And then they will say, we are going to start fasting tomorrow. But later, they felt like, people can't see, number one, time difference, right? Different continents. So people can't see the moon or sight the moon same time. Here you get now. So therefore, they now said that it is the Satan of Sokoto that must see the moon. And when the Satan of Sokoto sees the moon, it will now tell everybody, go and fast. That shouldn't be a problem ordinarily, but things are changing. People are beginning to see agenda to push religious division, religious war in Yorubaland. Now, those who are seeing that are being called, reactionaries. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. While others are pushing the agenda that nobody should ever question the Satan of Sokoto, including you that are Yorubas who are not Fulanis. Now, that's an insult. I'm not blaming you if you're a Yoruba man that sees your Satan of Sokoto as your Amir. Your religion says so, Abi, so fine. But I'm a Yoruba man. I don't give a shit about Satan of Sokoto. I am not expected to give a shit about him. Do you understand? Now that I don't give a shit about him, that simply means that he has no right to trample on my own culture and tradition because of his religion. Do you see it both now, right? So now the League of Imams are now saying, they don't need any sighting of moon, sighting of moon. As it be so now, from the 1st of March 1st, 2025, they are starting their Ramadan. Whether they see moon or they don't see moon, they are starting it. So that in itself is the latest controversy of where people believe that people are trying to break away from the old tradition of this Satan of Sokoto is the most, this is this or that. Like, what the heck? So I have seen that, I've seen their reactions, and I've been like monitoring the back and forth and all that. Some people are already saying that whatever the Satan says is what they are going to do. They don't know any league of imams or whatever, which is fine. So the bottom line is that it may take time, but people are beginning to actually see the mismatch in what they call this one Nigeria to start with. People are beginning to see it. And this is like a form of protest. Because guess what? Anybody who is the Sultan of Sokoto is the leader of all Muslims. The person they make the deputy is the something of Borno. What do you call that one? Borno Kanemi Abikon. So whatever these two agrees, the rest of you must agree. Despite the fact that the way they treat those of you who are Muslim from the south, Baba, if you are a Yoruba and you are an Imam, these northerners, they would never stand behind you for any prayer. I don't know if you know that. People didn't really see that as anything before now, but it's beginning to kind of like, hit people differently. Like, we have just been living the fake. Everything about this contraption is so fake. Enough that in Yorubaland, you see, we have what we call the religious tolerance in Yorubaland. Religious tolerance in Yorubaland means in your family, as a Yoruba man, you would have Christians, you will have traditionalists, you will have Muslims, and everybody coexist together. Shehu of Borno, God bless you. And one Shehu of Borno be the deputy. Nobody from the southern part of Nigeria has any Islamic authority, because the way they structured it, it's like everybody must follow them. You understand? So now that people are beginning to feel like, no, we are not. I like it. It's got nothing to do with Islamists whatsoever, because now you and your God, your relationship with your God is between you and your God. The moment people are beginning to want to micro-control you, it is always for a particular agenda. Here you get. So this is like a form of a protest in which I endorse the message. I endorse the resistance. And I will say this free of charge. Before the Satan of Sokoto, before Uthman Dan Fodio entered the place called Nigeria today, they have had Muslims in what is today's Yorubaland. Historically, people have been practicing this religion of Islam pre-1804, 1807. The jihad that killed the Uthman Dan Fodio's terrorism, which they call jihad, that killed all the Hausa leaders, killed all the Hausa kings, replaced them with emirs, Amir. Before 1804 to 1807, right? People have been going to Mecca on foot from Yorubaland historically. So how can some people who now, because of this mismatch, how did they put them above you? How? Because it is Nigeria. Everything about Nigeria that you have today is according to what the Fulanese, as well as the British, set up in that contraption. But when you begin to look into them, you realize that this thing don't make sense. Man, this thing don't make sense. And we are in the era when people are beginning to actually question things. So in the process of questioning, people are also matching what they call the, Protestant and then, resistance. So right now, we are looking forward to it's obvious anyway. I wanted to say we're looking forward to those who are going to obey the Satan of Sokoto, and we're waiting for those who are going to obey their league of imams and what have you, or they will finally find a common ground. But it is so strong right now, right, that not only will the Yorubas in the long run, right? Not only with the Yorubas, break away from the stranglehold fake arrangements that they put together in that contraption. It may take time, all right, or it has taken time, but we are getting to that stage where, you know, people are no longer going to be led by their noses on everything, because people are still being led by their noses, right? All right, but not on everything. I can strongly tell you that. So in Ilorin, where they have been defending their Satan of Sokoto, right? Some people are not surprised, like not shocked. Like they're just like, well, it's expected. But the thing is this: you can choose to listen to your Satan of Sokoto, or you can choose to listen to the League of Imams, as they call themselves in Yorubaland. But one thing is, it is not going to be the business as usual, you know. And some are already celebrating it, even those who are not Muslims. They're like, yes, we can no longer follow the dictate of the Fulanis. They cannot be controlling. I say, okay, I like that. You know, you know me, I'm a Protestant. Sure, you get. I'm somebody who doesn't agree with the establishment. Everything about the contraption Nigeria is fraud, is fake. It never has any input of the people. It was just some arrangement done by some people, foisted on the rest of us, and people didn't ask any question. Until now. Now, people are asking questions, which Nigerian setting does not allow. You are just expected to obey. Don't ask questions. Asking questions would possibly put a target on your back. Challenging the establishment, challenging the status quo in Nigeria is considered like a suicide. Like, you know, you can become a real target. But the reason why, I mean, the only reason why it will not be a targeted thing is when a lot of people are aware of what is up and what is at stake and what is wrong, and asking questions, which will lead us to the final answer that some of us have found. Answers like, Nigeria is not a real place. Not your own ancestors, not my own ancestors, actually were asked if they wanted to be part of this contraption. They were never asked. They were forced to take it. And then they gave them the playbook or the rule book of what to do and what not to do. You know, everybody just follow it. And since these guys once bragged, especially that terrorist, that bigot, Amadu Bello, right? The one that got killed like a piece of, like a rabid dog, by the way. Sorry if you feel offended, though. If you are listening to me and you are the lovers of any of these guys and you somehow feel like, why are you talking like this? May Ogun just help me blind you, Neil. Sure you get. I don't give a shit about how you feel about it, too. You understand? Because I'm saying the truth. You may not like my word usage, too strong, too vulgar, too insulting, the rest of that. That is your own cup of tea. Do you understand? So the fact that none of us was actually called to to be asked that, do you want this? Did you want that? We were never asked, we were just told to follow it. That then means that when we get to the stage where a lot of people are now aware, asking questions, in the process, you will get your answers. And when you get the answers will then be your own sort of a guide, in the sense that when you know that this is wrong, this doesn't make any sense, then what should be the right thing to do? How should we go about it? Then we'll begin to find a common ground in challenging the fraudulent establishment enough that there may be a chance for us, there may be a chance for our own children or the generations yet unborn to have a better place they can call home, not a place that has been turned to what do you call the plantation. Nigeria is like the slave plantation, where everybody is just out to kind of like a step on another person to survive the mismatch, you know? So I wish you, the Muslims, the Islamic, the Muslim Ummah, I wish you a very, very wonderful Ramadan when it finally comes, okay? But again, stuff like this are meant to make you ask questions, okay? Because at the end of the day, we all know that religion is just a tool of control in the hands of those who are the owners of Nigeria, for example, okay? But religion was not supposed to be like that, by the way. Religion was supposed to be your relationship with your own God or anything you believe in, how you believe in it, and how you go about it without hindrance or what have you to others as well. But in Nigeria, everything is an agenda. People didn't know that. People just kind of like, just follow it. When you begin to ask questions, you become like, you know, the black sheep in the family, and everybody will be like, why are you, what is wrong with you? Why are you always like this? Don't you know that, you know, this is how it is done? Say, no. This is how the rogues, the criminals, hiding behind religion, hiding behind other nonsense like that, to perpetuate or push their own agenda. And this agenda is not in the interest of the people. I can tell you that one 100%, I mean, for free. Their agenda, whether it is on religion or it is on politics or it is on governance, so when they push all these agendas, they are never in your own interest. Once you know this, it gives you a very clear understanding. It's like a clearer picture of what you are dealing with, who you are dealing with, then ideally how to deal with them. The other day, if you remember, in Ilorin, some of these, you know, Islamic clerics from Ilorin, they're always called the Yorubas, Onisheshe, Yorubas, Elebo, Yorubas, this and they are Yorubas, but they are like half Yoruba, half Fulani, like historically. Even though some of them are like a full-blooded Yorubas, but unfortunately, they see themselves as Fulanis or Arabs. Okay, so they call the Yoruba tradition or traditional way of worshiping, they call it, you know, satanic. They call it Elebo and this and that. But guess what? In Ilorin, more than 50, let's say half, more than half of those who are parading themselves as clerics, they are ritualists. The same people that, you know, all those things, right? Those ones that make you feel like being a Yoruba man is a sin. And the only way to escape such, give me a circle. I want to add something here. Don't mind me, because I'm trying to like multitask. Do you get that now? Hang on. Remove. Okay, that's it. Now I can easily just use my two clips, okay, to share my extra add-on content with you, okay? They were there chasing, you know, the traditionalists who were celebrating their own festival in Ilorin, and they said, Ilorin is a town that is closer to paradise and it is far away from hellfire. So we don't want anything elebo here. Ironio. If they have afas in Ilorin that they know that they are involved in you know, rituals. I'm talking about rituals that even traditionalists, they don't get themselves involved in. They say, Babalawo, Babalawo. Babalawo is not a ritualist. A Babalawo, right, is not different from your pastor. It's not different from your afa. But once you begin to think of killing people to make ritual, now we call those ones in Yorubaland Onishegun. Onishegun are those who will tell you that they can do something. Like, for example, oh, you are a trader. You want to be selling. Oh, we have something we'll give to you. Okay. Oh, you need something to sell better. Oh, you are looking for a job. Oh, you are looking for a husband, a wife. These are Onisheguns that would say, oh yeah, eat this. Oh yeah, use this one to bath. Babalawos are like people who are going to, you know, if they check anything out, they are going to quote the, you know, their own Ifa verses, which would advise you, right, on what to do, what kind of prayer you should offer for this, for that. But that the people that wanted to meet with magicians, ritualists, they go to Onisheguns. All right. Now, in Ilorin, they call them the Jalabis or something like that. They have them there. Those who are using human flesh for rituals. Those who are, you know, there are those who are like Ateyepe. Those ones who are going to see fortune through the sand. They know them, they exist in Ilorin, but they don't go after them per se. But you tie white wrapper, wear white as a lotion, and decided to go to the river to offer prayers in your own traditional way, then they get mad. A young man called Abdulrahaman or something, who happened, I mean, he's just, I think they said he's just about 32 or 33 or something. This guy kidnapped a young girl, right? Hafsat from you know, prayer. I think they were doing maybe naming or something like that, right? So that people attended, and she attended. And this young man kidnapped her, okay? Kidnapped her, butchered her, cut her limbs, cut her head, cut everything off in order to make money ritual. And then, you see, the reason I'm sharing this with you is that this one got caught. However, from the reactions of people, it simply means that this is a common thing in Ilorin. If you go to some of them for prayers as a woman, they may kill you. Or do something, as they say, do something and then hone you. Oh, I'm here to pray for, you know, I'm having problem in my business. Please, Alpha, can you do something for me to help me? This and that. They say, okay, yeah, take this. Then they end up as their wives. But this young lady wasn't that lucky. She has nothing to do with this guy. Spotted, targeted, kidnapped, killed, like butchered into pieces so that they can use her, right, to mix her flesh, you know what have you, mix it with soap to make money rituals. When he was caught, he said his job is afas. Let me play it for you.
So what about the on one? As in wow. So much okay. So what about the after was so because they also pay teacher. Because in the way we put it in discipline, we 5 bucks. How about I don't 5. So we are the 3 years old there. Long teacher one day we didn't wà lọ sí ọ̀rẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wàlá yóò kó sọ ọmọ tẹ́lẹ̀ náà sórí asma bí kìíní ẹ̀ ó dà dàpọ̀ rẹ̀ ó lè máa ń bí stọ́ọ̀pù kó ká máa fi kan pamọ́ fún wa. So ìgbà tí mi máa ń jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹni mo ti rí pé ní gas pé kí n báyìí. So èmi náà mo ṣọ́ọ̀kì ìjọ yẹn ògbà tó àti pé kí ní ẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ pé ó ti bá lọ ní ìlọ́ṣẹ̀ nǹkan ní ilé pariwo síta pé àbí àgbo bá yà bí kìnnìkan pé ní báyìí. So mo wà ní ìlú pé wọ́n ti bí kíní ilé ìwé tó wà next to Yoruba.
Kò sí. Kò sún àbòlẹ̀. Ìgbà ló kó síbẹ̀. Okay. Hello. Lórí tó gbé kélékèlé wọn tó ọ̀tọ̀ nǹkan ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló tó tètè gbé lọ sí ọ̀sán fún àwọn lè rẹ́ kí ló mú ẹ gé.
Kọ́sùn ni mo mú ti fẹ́ ṣe bọ́ọ̀dì.
Níjọ́ ló gé tó gbé síbẹ̀.
Ìjọ ìrìn àbí abẹ́ ọjọ́ ìrìn.
Ìjọ́ òní yọ̀ wọ́n ní sí.
Ìjọ Monday.
Ti pẹ́ nù báwọn ti tẹ̀lé ọ̀hún.
To save our time. 1 second. So, hey, I need to take that out. 1 second. So to save our time, yeah, I will stop the clip. And to those, to the viewers who don't understand the Yoruba, here is what he said. He met this girl, Hafsat, met her on Facebook, and they started talking. Now, Hafsat's friend was having a naming ceremony. So she was invited, she was attending, but with an agreement that she would see him in that same area. I'm coming to Sokoto area and I'll see you when I get there. So according to him, Hafsat now came to his house. Remember, he said they met on Facebook, like talking, I like you, I don't like you, right? Then he said, when Hafsat came, she complained of being hungry, which is not true from the investigation that has been released so far. Okay, yes, they've been talking together on Facebook, and she was practically lured to him, to his side, and yeah, Hafsat wanted to eat, so he went on to go and get food for her. While she was eating the food, she started gasping like, okay. So when she started gasping rather, she then died. And he did not call the police, raise alarm. Rather than do all of that, he decided to butcher her. If you look at that table, you will see her hands and other part of her body in the bucket. Some of her parts have already been used, okay, to mix black soap or shea. And what really exposed him was that when the family raised the alarm that they've not seen their daughter, the police in Ilorin actually acted right this time. What did they do? They tracked our last phone call, which led them to this guy. When they got to his house, most of our body parts, right, they are still like butchered. They are still in buckets. Others have been used to mix soap. All right. And that was how he got arrested. And what people are saying is that, like somebody just observed in that video as well. What people have been saying is that this is not his first time. It doesn't even look like remorseful. It seems like, if not that it was caught, it will just be like a fair game. And that is somebody that you are going to see in the gathering of Muslims, so preaching, telling you about shebo, you know, that stuff. And I'm like, is there no hypocrisy, by the way? Like, I would love, guess what? Somebody said, when K1 said, the afas are ganusi, like they are just here to bilowa ganusi. That means they are just here for the food and the money. They are not really here for my mom's burial. It's just for the money and the food. But within hours, we have seen like over 10, 20 videos of different afas from all over Nigeria, most especially Ilorin, threatening fire and brimstone. Yeah, you know, if we give you 7 days, we give you 2 days, and give you 24 hours. You how dare you insult Afa have much more. It's been 4 days now, brethren. 4 days that they killed Officer. I have not seen one single afar to actually come out blazing like they did, or I haven't seen heard of them come out to condemn this, except for those, when I say condemn, no, I'm coming to what I mean by that too, except for those who are like warning the victims and the would-be victims. Hey, all of you should be very careful, okay? Be careful of the kind of afas house you go to. Yeah. And I expected them to say, this is shirk. It's called shirk or something, which is like in Quran, it says, God, Allah he was not born. Nobody gave birth to him, and he did not give birth to anyone. That is Allah. So they said Allah does not want you to worship any idol or worship anything aside him. So this is called shirk, which means it is satanic. So I expected them to have this clamp down on them. You know, like they know them. They actually know what is all these murderers, ritualists, who are using the cover of Islam to perpetrate all this madness. Okay, they know them. In fact, there's a clip I'm going to put on. I didn't put that up earlier, but I'm going to now so that I can share that with you. It's also in Yoruba. There's a particular one. People are mentioning their names. They said that there's a particular one, right? Who told people that for you to become somebody, you must eat somebody. And he will say to them, and they'll say, why would you have to eat someone? Who means they have to, if you want to become somebody in life. Afa.
Àmọ́ ṣe pé mo fẹ́ wẹ̀wẹ̀ gbèsè ayé yìí má bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ látẹ̀yìn ó dàbò bí wẹ́ẹ́ bọ̀ débẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ tá àwọn ìlànà látàkùn nìkan. Tó bá bẹ́ dé èèyàn wájúwájú lójú kú gbé ọ̀sẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ káàtó wọn kọ́ wẹ̀ látàkùn. Ìwọ tó bá bẹ́ dé èèyàn láyé bó bá ti gbèsè ojú kò tí ì dé.
Èyí tó bá ń pè ní èyí tó wọ́n wẹ̀ látẹ̀yìn yẹn orúkọ ẹ̀ tó ń pè òun ni sọmídolówó sọmídọlọ́rọ̀.
What they are saying is that there are different kind of soaps. There are some of the soaps that you have to when you want to bath it, right? You have to bath it from the knees. So you wash your knee to be reached. There is another one that if you want to bath it, you have to bath it from the behind, from the back. So they said the name of the one you have to bath from the back is called Somidologo Somidolola. That means make me rich, make me wealthy. But these weirdos they are not rich. When you see majority of them perpetrating and killing people for rituals, right? They ended up having to drive used cars. 2005, 2000 car, 2006 car, 2010. So the ones that are better off among them will be buying themselves 2010 cars. So they will kill a human being. And then they will say, oh yeah, it makes us rich. In the name of Islam, they know them. They will tell you, no, what they are doing is wrong. But guess what? When you go to their gatherings, these guys are still invited as preachers. They are now kind of trying to make it look like Islam did not send them. Of course, we can't agree with that. They are now saying, to make the matter worse, right? They are saying these ones are not Islamic cleric. They are babalawos. Just so you believe that it is babalawos. Yoruba traditionalists. They are the ones who are synonymous to doing anything ritual, which is not true. Just so you know that, don't blame us. Don't blame Islam for it. It is some of these guys who are doing their own. But what are you doing about it? What have you done about it? Nothing. Because it serves the purpose of some of them who are practically doing it secretly. And what is Isha Afani Monshe, by the way? How can somebody be like, what do you do for a living? Isha Afani Monshe. What does that mean? Islamic clerics, they are like the main thing they do is to teach people how to read Arabic, Quran. Anything after that, that's not a job. You know, I know some of you will be like, what about pastors? What are they doing? What's their job? That's the point. Criminals in Nigeria, they are hiding behind religion to perpetuate all kinds of, illegality, all kinds of crimes. And that protects them until they are caught. And then, they'll be back. There was, you see this young boy that got caught recently now, this one, Abdulrahaman. He will be released. I mean, he won't be the first person. They've had people in the past in Ilorin arrested for killing people. Afas. But they have been released. They are back on the streets. Don't know all their names, right? But there's a particular one that constantly featured in people's responses, people's reactions. I said, there is one in Ilorin here who is, they don't have job. They want to be rich. And that is why they will tell you they have different means of turning people to wealthy people. So before you become something, if you go to Ilorin, people who are selling human parts, selling a soap, selling a pot, selling everything that you kind of normally find with the Onisheguns, you will see Afas there. They are the ones patronizing them. There are some of in my own hometown, there was a guy who came from the same Ilorin. Sorry, you are Ilorin. I'm not trying to take a dig at you. I'm just kind of speaking about a general public problem that some of you have normalized, and some of you believe that you are smart enough to avoid them, or some of you are comfortable with them as well, like normalizing it. Like, it's just to go and do prayer now. I just went there to go and do prayer now. So you get. So this is not a dig at you, the Ilorin people, like normally, or you get, but I have issue with those who continue to, to postulate about this, their Islam, but their way of life, in my own opinion, is totally un-Islamic. So to now force this idea or join the bandwagon of those who are always comfortable, like labeling the Yoruba tradition, like as if to say Yoruba tradition, Yoruba religion, Yoruba culture is evil. That's what they do. This is, So it is what we must ensure for the sake of our own children. It's what we must ensure does not kind of like, a stick. Because those who wanted to make us believe that Yoruba tradition, Yoruba culture is secondary or is inferior to their religion, these are a bunch of criminals hiding behind religion. And they must continue to be exposed. Always. Or we will leave Ilorin. Okay? And let's say, may the soul of Hafsat, not only that we should say that the soul of Hafsat should rest in peace, we pray that Hafsat and her family, they will actually get justice. It's so important that they get justice. That everyone hiding behind religion to perpetuate evil should have no place to hide. Either high or low, they shouldn't. And those who don't want this kind of expose on Islam should also do more. These criminals. And what do? You report them. You expose them. See what they are doing in Anambra, where they are going after the Okwete, what do they call them? The Babalawos who are promising people quick rich, get rich quick, kind of a thing. Now they are going after them like it is, it is like an epidemic or a pandemic. Even though people are now saying that, why just the traditionalists? Why not other Christians? Why not Muslims? Because they are all carrying out this act of criminality behind religion. You can expose them and protect the people. Nigeria is in a very bad place right now. People are going through a lot. And this makes more people more vulnerable, by the way. It makes people more vulnerable to or susceptible to, to these chancers, these criminals who are hiding behind religion to take advantage of them or even take their lives. People want to get out of poverty. And whatever will make them get out of poverty, right, it's a deal, right? I have this guy who called in into a program in Abeokuta. No, he called in from Abeokuta. He called into a program in Lagos. And he was talking about what he's been facing. Things have been so rough. Things have been so hard. He's been unable to take care of his family. His jobs have been lost. This and that. You get like, normal, I'm tired. Things are just not working. Kind of a thing. So he now said somebody introduced him to one Baba in Abeokuta. And when he went to see the Baba asked him, how many children do you have? And he said he has 4 children. And they were like, well, we are going to use one to make you rich. So he now said he was thinking of using his last born, a boy who was just about 3. That he's been thinking about it and thinking about. So he called into that program, that radio program, and he was talking about how the situation in Nigeria has pushed him to that state. Now it's between making the decision of I want to use my son for money ritual. And I've said this to you many times, all of you watching Mayegun. I don't know what everyone is going through. We are all going through one thing or another, no doubt. But if you allow yourself to be used to kill somebody because you want to make money, there is nothing called money ritual. If there is anything called money ritual, number one, with the level of people, with the amount of people they are killing in Nigeria every day, those ones that are, people going missing, and those that have been killed for ritual, those that have been killed for organ harvesting and the rest. But even those ones, especially those ones killed for money ritual, that alone should have put Nigeria in a place where Elon Musk money, you should have like maybe like 1,000 Elon Musk. Yeah, you should have like 1,000 Elon Musk in Nigeria. Because our money ritual means the money will be coming from somewhere. Sure, you get now. And they just have to just go, the spirits just have to go there and pack the money and give you, pack the money and give you. So which means somehow you should have within rate at which people are being killed for money ritual. So that ordinarily should have turned Nigeria to like heaven of multi-billionaire in dollars. But no, your money ritual only actually afford you or make you to be able to afford building yourself what do you call it, 2-bedroom flat or 3-bedroom, and then buying yourself one aluku car, aluku and the rest, so that you can pretend to be better than your neighbor, pretend to be richer in a way. So there is nothing called money ritual. Whatever you are going through, don't kill anybody for money. Don't do it. All right? Some of you should understand that those who want to do money ritual for you, they don't like money. They don't want to be rich. When you look at them and you look at the person who wants to make the money ritual for you, that alone should tell you that you are actually meeting a lunatic, a criminal, a murderer. And that will automatically make you a murderer. It won't make you a billionaire. You won't become a billionaire. Money ritual. The only money ritual that exists is hard working. Because they say the word for hard work is more hard work. It's more work. Hard work. Work hard. Work hard enough that maybe it's just that Nigeria is not a real place, right? It's not about working hard. Because even if you work hard, the system is so rigged against you. The inflation is there to undercut whatever achievement that you probably would want to achieve by working hard. Your business, your jobs are always at risk of being terminated, being destroyed because of the economic policies or decisions of the rogues in your political offices. Now, when you understand this perfectly well, all right, you are not going to go and then kidnap somebody's daughter or kill somebody's son, or begin to look for somebody's pants, or begin to look for somebody's used sanitary pads because it's going to make you rich. That is not real. It is a total state of mental health. It is a mental health problem. And I know that Nigeria can really, really be very hard enough to make you mad and without knowing. So if I have any advice for anyone, I would say, please, don't kill anybody. Don't kill somebody because you want to do money ritual, because there's nothing called money ritual. No. And that is why a majority of those who have money in that contraption, they just have to cut corners. Cut corners cheat the system, and all of that kind of stuff. Join a political bandwagon so that you can possibly sustain your wealth. And that is primarily the reason why those who even parade themselves as rich people in Nigeria, they do not have any kind of independence, despite the money they claim to have. Because when you trace the money, their money is always kind of traced to the government or somebody in government overlooking their criminal ways. Sure, you get. That's why you can't see them speak out when criminal politicians are making decisions that affect them, that will affect their fortune. They just cower. Somehow they probably find a way around to go and kiss the ring or bend the knees for these criminal politicians. But if the system is working, there's so much prospect that people can, sort of tap to become financially, free, financially buoyant. And you don't even need a lot of money to live in Nigeria. I was with my one of my biggest uncles just a moment ago. Okay, this is a person that has been done everything, right? He's a very rich guy. But we were talking about the weather in Houston, that this weather is so great. It's giving Nigerian vibe. The people just, there's some level of recklessness in how people drive and all of that. But nevertheless, right, the weather is so great. And my uncle was like, I love coming here. He's retired now, so he loves coming here during this time so that he can just kind of like, the weather is fine. I'll just go to Houston and relax for 2 months, and then I'll go back to Nigeria and just live my retiree life and the rest of that. And he said, a rich man, he said, you don't even need much money. But one thing I caught from what he said again was that once you have little money to probably put a place together for yourself, maybe a car to move around, and then a security. I was like, well, that never used to be part of the menu. We don't usually need to actually hire our own private security. Like I said, the actions of those who are in politics, those who are in government, their actions put all of us in danger. You get? So similarly, if to say the right people are in government, the right people are directing the affairs of the place, right? Inflation is not the cutthroat that you have right now, okay? So ordinarily, you have a chance to have something, make something for yourself moderately and live averagely. You get what I mean? Today in Nigeria, you will see people in their 30s. They don't have any plan of settling down or having a family because they can't even feed themselves. Talk of feeding someone else's stuff. Meanwhile, when our own parents were in their 20s, they were married. They were building their own houses. They were not rich. They were not like super rich. They were just like normal, ordinary people doing the normal. But they were able to put money together, build houses, get married, raise children. There are so many of us that were raised by our parents who were not rich, but they were all right. So Nigeria is a place where, or anyway, that is a place where you can actually really live, if not because it is a wrong country, it's a wrong place, and it is not real. And those who have been in charge of the contraption have been like curses, to the country and to our people, unfortunately. We're talking about curses. This morning, oh, hang on, I think I have the letter. Let me see if I still have the letter. There's a letter written, I think it was last week, by the Lagos State House of Assembly, Miranda. And they said, you remember they removed Obasa when Obasa was away in Canada and America. So Obasa called it a coup, okay? So now, the Lagos State House of Assembly, right? The Lagos State House of Assembly wrote a letter, the clerk, or acting clerk now, anyway, wrote a letter to the DSS, asking the DSS, okay, to please come and take over the SSS, rather, to come and take over the State House of Assembly because they heard that Obasa is planning to return to office as a speaker. But this one will never go away. As a speaker tomorrow. And they believe that is going to lead to the breakdown of law and order. So this morning, SSS, which is also DSS, armed to the teeth, dressed in black, they took over the State House of Assembly. Number one, here is the confusion, okay? Number one, they were invited. But those that came to the State House of Assembly today, we are not sure if those are the invited ones or the ones Obasa invited. Because when those ones came, they wanted to stop Miranda from sitting as speaker. And their intention was also to shut down the offices of these two, the speaker, deputy speaker. So that's where I was like, okay, who sent them? Because if we have to use the person who invited them, the acting clerk of the house invited them, and they invited them because of Obasa. And they want them to remain in the State House of Assembly perpetually until tension is down. You remember I call it rumor now, okay? The rumor that Tifnumbu told them to go and reinstate Obasa, which was later denied. No, they didn't say that. The GAC in Lagos also gave their endorsement to Miranda that she's the speaker, and that's it. Obasa is gone. Obasa is gone. Like subsidy is gone. So what is playing out? If you have 40 State House of Assembly members and 38 support the change of leadership, Obasa is now left out. Obasa has no real supporter in this scheme. Like, let's say, okay, 5 people for Obasa or 8 people for Obasa. They've been given the script, and the script which came or emanated from Sonweku, okay? So Sonweku said Obasa disrespected him. He never really sees him as a governor per se. And because of that, he also insulted the leadership of APC, Egbekebe, during the budget presentation in 2024, December, by keeping them waiting. So they call him an emperor that lives large and above everybody. So therefore, he had to go. It's like an arrangement, in-house arrangement that he had to go. But it can't be like, say, Obasa is not a pushover among these criminals, right? Obasa, who is accused of building or constructing a gate at the State House of Assembly for 17.5 billion naira. Obasa that was arrested by the EFCC for misappropriating 45 billion naira. So you see all this looting, stealing, and all of that, right? Against Obasa. Obasa believes that he's done nothing wrong. The only reason why they are all saying these things against me is because I want to be governor. If I had not declared interest in being governor, probably my city is still pretty much, safe. But I'm not going to go down like that. He's in court, by the way. He's in court challenging it. But you see, this morning, things got out of hand. Or should I say almost got out of hand. So that caught the attention of majority. I have this collection of clips, videos I put together, okay, on what transpired at the State House of Assembly this morning. So let me share some of them with you.
Nigeria in general and Lagos State in particular.
Coming back to that. So here is the first part where she was, okay, I think I have mixed the video back on. But let's watch this one first, then we'll go back to the second one, okay? Let's go back to it.
Nigeria in general and Lagos State in particular.
Madam Speaker, wọ́n lè gbé bọ̀ wọlé wọn tó bẹ̀ nínú chamber. Madam Speaker, we want you. We want you. We want you. Honor! 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 You can't come into the chamber. This is a democracy. This is a democracy. Yes, now. You can't bring weapons DSS into the chamber. This is a democracy. This is a democracy. This is a democracy. You can't come into the legislative house. Who guaranteed that? Whoever gave that order. How can you bring gun AK-47 into the chambers?
Are they mad?
They calm down. No, you don't need calm down. They want to destroy the institution.
They are the security threats.
Where is he going? Ẹ má gbàdúrà lọ.
Madam Speaker, we love you. Madam Speaker, we love you. So these are the videos making rounds on the internet since morning. And when they finally pushed the armed DSS out of their chamber, the speaker was led back in so that they could, in the face of everyone, like in everyone's presence, to give what they call the vote of confidence. Vote of confidence on Miranda. Let me share that with you in conclusion to what... she even became teary at a point. Oh, I don't know you love me this much. Oh my God, these people love me so much. Oh, I will never disappoint all of you. I love you too. Miranda.
Elected you, who we believe in, as the speaker, who will display it here, live and clear, for people to know that this decision was done by the members of this State House of Assembly, duly elected. Duly elected. It's on this note I want to ask that members, please, if you can affirm your vote of confidence in Madam Speaker, kindly raise up your hands, please. Can we please stand?
Arise to second class motion, Madam Speaker. All right.
Madam Speaker, all members are standing before you. I move a motion to say that we do pass a vote of confidence on Right Honorable Mojisola Lansbat Beranga.
Arise to affirm that decision, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Ogule. That we do pass a vote of confidence on Right Honorable Mojisola Lansbat Beranga.
Arise to affirm that decision, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Ogule.
I second the motion, Madam Speaker. As moved by the Councim.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those against him there.
So what I don't understand, right, is that from the letter that got published online, the clerk of the house invited DSS against Obasa. So how come that then turned to the fisticuff, all right? The old shouting match and pushing and kicking and all of that later transpired. I am still trying to unravel that, but I am not surprised. A similar thing is also going on in Osun State right now. Oh, have you been following? Okay, I woke up yesterday, even though the time difference is an ass. All right. Baba, man. Those of you who have been watching Mayegun's Diary Politico in America. So that means all this while, when you are actually at work, you know, Mayegun's Diary Politico is from 8 p.m., right? UK time. Now, before I wake up in the US, right, it's like past 12. Sometimes if I stay in bed till like 10 a.m., 11, because usually go to bed late, right? So if I wake up like 10 a.m., that is like 4 p.m. Nigeria time, or 5 p.m. Nigeria time, 4 p.m. UK time. Sure you get. So, but when I woke up yesterday, I saw the Osun State Governor Ajogba Trophy, Ade Jackson, and he was like, I don't know if that was him or somebody was doing it for him, right? And he was just tweeting with so much kind of like distress. It's like a distress tweeting. Oletola want to cause problem in Osun State. Oletola is already directing Oletola is a former governor of Osun, and he is acclaimed nephew of Tifnumbu. He is also your minister of marine spirits, because except if he's not a spirit. Tifnumbu created a ministry called the Ministry of Marine, or Marine, some blue economy. But in my own opinion, it's like the Ministry of a Marine Spirit. So everything around it is just pseudo, imaginary. They said that Oletola will use the ministry to create a 1 trillion economy for Nigeria, but till now, nobody knows what Oletola is doing with the Ministry of a Marine Spirit until now. So Ajogba Fida of Osun, Ade Jackson, Ade Dancer was panic tweeting that Oletola is about to disrupt Osun State. What happened? They said there is a court judgment that returned all the local government chairmen in Osun State. Guess what? Ade Dancer, Governor Ade Dancer, defeated Oletola. And while Oletola was there, there were elected local government chairmen who were APC members. So when Ade Dancer became their governor, he sort of just dissolved them. Now they are planning to have another election, local government election, that is meant to be conducted by Ajogba Fida, Ade Dancer. However, a court judgment just came from the blues, and they said all the local government chairmen removed by Ade Dancer must be returned. Even don't override this one. From we went to where? That's like 2 years ago. Why are they being returned now? So they now said, from the tweet of Ajogba Fida, I realized that Oletola has an upper hand using the federal police, the federal, what do you call them? Agents, like the police. So they said Oletola directed the commissioner of police in Osun, okay, to provide security for this returning local government chairman. And the dancer was like, you cannot do that. Oh, this is okay. Osun is now boiling. Even Davido don't make video. Oh, police commissioner, if you think you are crazy, we are crazy too. It can't be like that with the Wiki versus Fubara. With the Wiki men, right? They claimed that the status of assembly extended their stay as local government chairman. Fubara said, no, they don't have that power to extend your stay. We are conducting a new election. Remember that time when they all occupied different local government areas in Rivers State, right? Similar thing is happening in Osun right now. So first, those who were loyal to Ajogba Fida, Governor Ade Dancer of Osun, right? Those who are loyal to him as PDP, they've started taking over different local government areas, waiting for the APC guys that are coming to take over the office. EBT clash one year. So yesterday, after all that, that kind of like a panic tweet and all of that, calling Tifnubu to call Oletola to order. Tifnubu, call your nephew to order. He's abusing power. He's the dancer. Hang on. So you've lost control of your own commissioner of police, Abi. Okay. What else? Some of his own supposed followers were like, "Oh, Benny, stop crying on Twitter, Jare, go move to action." Which one is crying on Twitter? Do something to make sure that this one will be, everybody kind of reacting in their own way. So that was what got me interested. Like, okay, what's going on in Osun? So the next clip I saw was, Ajogba Fida, Adi Dancer, and then his own, I think, commissioner of justice or something, telling us what is transpiring, what was playing out. So I have a clip of that here too. Let me share it with you.
I think at this point, it is expedient for us to look at the judgment of the Court of Appeal that some people are interpreting wrongly. Page 34 of that judgment contained the 4 issues for determination that was before the Court of Appeal. And at issue 1 deals with the amendment that the Federal Court granted to PDP, portion to the application filed by PDP before the Federal Court. Then issue 2 talked about, it borders on the time at which the PDP brought the action, if it is premature or not. And the Court of Appeal at page 49 and 50, the last paragraph of page 49, if I may just read out. Now, since it is the position of this court that there is no valid originating process to confer jurisdiction on the lower court to hear and determine the claim of the first respondent, there's no point in considering the remaining issues. A consideration of the 2 remaining issues has now become an academic exercise, which this court is not prepared to venture into. The 2 remaining issues not considered are the issues on restating the sacked chairman and councillor by the Federal Court, Oshogo. The Court of Appeal did not consider it because it is academic and is not prepared to venture into say. The Court of Appeal went further. In the circumstances, the resolution of the 2 issues in favor of the appellants, in the circumstances, with the resolution of the 2 issues in favor of the appellants, it follows that this appeal is meritorious and it is accordingly allowed. The amended originating summon is hereby struck out for incompetence. Consequently, suit number FHC/OS/CS/94/2022 B and is hereby struck out. Cost of 250,000 to the appellant against the first respondent. The implication of this is that the suit filed by PDP was struck out by the Court of Appeal, and of course, by implication, the judgment, of course, was also struck out. That means PDP never brought any action, and there was no judgment. There was no order, no consequential order, or the Court of Appeal did not even consider the issue that borders on restating the sacked chairman and councillor. It was never considered by the Court of Appeal, and there was no order in respect of those issues, because according to the Court of Appeal, it is academic, and they are not prepared to venture into say. So the implication now is that the chairman remains sacked, the suit is struck out, and the judgment, of course, is set aside. But now it is expedient at this point that I refer the House to the Federal Court decision in suit number FHC/OS/CS/103/2022 between Action People's Party, APP, and Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and 6 others, wherein the Federal Court held thus at, just 1 minute, it was a judgment in rem, where the Federal Court at pages 47 to 48 held us. Furthermore, in the exercise of the power conferred on me by section 6(a) and B of the 1999 Constitution as amended, I hereby make the following consequential orders. 1. The election into the local government council across Osun State, held on 15/10/2022, pursuant to notice of election, issued on 15/8/2022, is hereby declared unconstitutional, invalid, null and void for violation of the Constitution and breach of sections 28, 29, 32, 98, and 150 of the Electoral Act 2022. Then 2, all persons.
No. We might give you the layman explanation. Okay. So from what I have gathered, right? PDP went to court to justify the sacking of the local government chairman at Oshugu High Court, and they got they got their nose bruised, prompting them to go on appeal. It's like saying, "Oh, this what do you call it? This local government chairmen have been dissolved, and they remain dissolved." But then they went to court. Okay, and when they got to court, the court had granted the prayers of the APC. So PDP appealed. Now, when PDP appealed, which is explained as an academic exercise, all right, it's just what they do, create this confusion and all that, that there was no actual judgment to say, I have this appeal, we have now ruled in favor of the first respondent, which is the APC, the local government chairman of APC, that they must return back to office. But rather than do that, they just said, you know what, we are striking out the prayers of APC, of a PDP. So what does that mean? If PDP says we are challenging the court of, the High Court judgment that reinstated this local government chairman and invalidating the local government elections conducted in 2022 by Oletola. So, therefore, your appeal is hereby struck out. That simply means that you go back to the judgment of the High Court, Nabi, like, instead of creating that confusion, there should be a ruling. There was no ruling. In all honesty, there was none. But now it is now left to the interpretation of both sides. So the PDP side, they claim there was no judgment, although their appeal was struck out. So they lost on appeal to stop this local government chairman returning to office. They lost. But there was no actual judgment that says, oh yeah, you return to office. That's their own interpretation. On the side of the APC, they said, we won at the High Court. So you took us to the appeal court. The appeal court struck out your appeal. So what that simply means is that our judgment from the High Court stands, and we are taking over these local government areas. From what I just said now, they say like about 5 people have been killed. From different local government areas in Osun State, people mobilized themselves. Those who were PDP, those who were APC. And before you know it, they've introduced gunshot into the midst, shooting, and they have killed 5 people. That's what I just said. So to show to you few local government areas where people decided to take it upon themselves and, like stand their ground, this is Osun State, we are the one in charge, this also transpired.
Live and direct from Ilesha West local government. There is peace and serenity. Police are here to protect the people and to secure the property of government. Live and direct, you are watching live and direct from Ilesha West local government. The appearance of Nigerian police is not to intimidate, but to protect the people and the property of the government in Ilesha West local government. Yes. You see, one of the leaders commending the police for their support and their solidarity. Police are striving for peace. appealing to people not to take law into their hands. You can see the peace.
This is Iwo local government. So Iwo local government is secure. So nobody can enter the local government. So we secure the council against anybody that wanted to enter the local government. So local government is secure. Yes. So Iwo local government council is secure. So we are always secure.
And PDP is in power. We labor to get this government. Oh, your father is a thief. He cannot come here and rob us our right. No gods, no court in this country has reinstated them. The sacked chairman and councillor remain sacked. An election comes up on February 22nd, 2025. And by the grace of God, we are coming here to the local government. Àwọn aládìí ìpínlẹ̀ wa, gómìnà alálàáfíà ni gómìnà Adémọ́lá Adélékè. Asọ́nàmọ́ lè bónílé dunlé, Sanwó-Olú ló lè kó, Mákindé ló lọ́yọ́, Adélékè ló ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Àwa la ní bólúwa dúró wa, wọ́n lè bónílé dunlé o, wọ́n lè bónílé dunlé. Wọ́n lè bónílé dunlé o, wọ́n lè bónílé dunlé. Mákindé ló lọ́yọ́, Adélékè ló lọ́ṣun, wọ́n lè bónílé dunlé. They said they are entering some local government. They said they are entering some local government. We will not allow it here. We will not allow it here. We will resist it with everything in our life. We will resist it with everything in our life. We will resist it with everything in our life. Will you allow thieves to catch away your property?
No!
Rárá! O lè ní APC. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. O lè ní Gbéyèga Oyètọ́lá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. O lè wọnú bí. I pay the president of Nigeria, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, kí wọ́n pe nephew wọn, kó má da ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun rú. Ìpínlẹ̀ alálàáfíà. Bólúwadúró is an epitome of peace. Bólúwadúró local government is an epitome of peace. And we advocate for peace. Yeah. We want peace. Any attempt for APC members, sacked chairmen and councillors to hopefully enter here is going to be not taken. It's not going to be taken. It's not going to be taken. We will not watch our eyes and allow thieves, robbers, rogues to catch away our property. This is our property. Yes. Property of the state of Osun local government, property of Boluwaduro local government. We will not allow it. We are here. We are going to be here till we will see them. If they like, let them come. If they don't like, let them sleep wherever they are. But we advise them to sleep. And what I be Abati or Anati and
Yes. We are going to take over all the 30 local governments. In Jesus' name! Amen!
Osun State.
Demonise Osun State. How's everybody?
Adeleke, no, sorry. Mákindé ló lọ́yọ́, Adeleke ló lọ́sùn, a lè bónílé dùlé. A ò lè bónílé dùlé o, ẹ ò lè bónílé dùlé. Sanwó-Ikú ló l'Èkó. Mákindé ló lọ́yọ́, Adeleke ló lọ́sùn, ẹ ò lè bónílé dùlé. Láàárọ̀ Monday o. Láàárọ̀ Monday morning that people are trying to get, even though, the most lucrative job or business in Nigeria right now is politics. Their livelihood depends on it. And indeed, they had to kind of fight for their pot of soup, But that is not the end of it. The APC did mobilize themselves. I mean, yesterday, was it yesterday or Saturday? Oyetola was, he actually hosted his own supporters and told them, we will lead you to that place. Let me show you. Oh, hang on, I think I have that here. Rather.
They appealed to Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal died job. 1 year wa kolowin. Wala la jisa boy go so la kolowin. Fa wala. As at that time, Governor Adeleke, àwọn ọlọ́pàá ń ṣe ti yín. As at that time, àwọn DSS ń ṣe ti yín. But ìgbà tí wọ́n bá ti lè dá ẹjọ́ against yín, lẹ máa mọ̀ pé DSS ò ṣe ti tẹ́ wàá pariwo fáráyé, ẹ wá ń wá sympathy, ẹ ń pariwo Oyetola pé ó ti kó security lẹ̀. You are the number 1 security officer of the state. The security of the state is in your hand. Ntáwọn ọmọ yín dẹ̀ ti sọ sẹ́yìn, ó ti sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ da ìlú rú ni.
Èwo ni verdict na?
Verdict yẹ mọ́ lọ bẹ̀.
Ẹnìkan bèrè lọ́wọ́ yín lórí Facebook. Ó ní that the Banik is only reading the brief of the judgment. He has not read the verdict.
Verdict ni wípé brief tẹ́ ń wò yẹn, ó ní tá a bèrè lọ́wọ́ Court of Appeal.
Ẹ bá da yín dàbò. Tẹ́ bá máa lọ ká fi wá sí débẹ̀ ni.
Ẹni bá pé a máa rìn, ẹni bá pé a máa rìn, aṣíwájú àfojú rí màbo. Tó o bá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n nílẹ̀ yìí o, a tún lọ ṣe ní Àbújá. Tó o bá ṣẹ̀wọ̀n nílẹ̀ yìí o, a tún lọ ṣe ní Àbújá o. Ẹni bá pé a máa rìn, aṣíwájú àfojú. So the point there is that both sides are claiming victory. Okay, to the PDP, they said, hey, when it comes to state by state, now Sanwo-Ikú own Lagos, Makinde owns Oyo, Adeleke is the owner of Osun, and they will die defending their pot of soup. On the other part, right, or to the other side, they are like, anybody that says we should not walk, anyone that says we shouldn't like walk here, Ashiwaju will show them pepper. They will be jailed in Osun. They will also go and continue the jail in Abuja. That is their own bragging right. And true to their words, right? After we saw the part of the PDP people's, this is the part of the APC guys. All you better see above everybody knew. Go, ere.
Okay. So ele gan na loro pe oga wa. Ele gan ni target. Bí ẹ ṣe lọ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ pé
Welcome. Honor. Honor. The chair. Honor.
My Bible chairman, you are welcome to
the chair. The chair. The chair. I want to resume. Honor.
No problem.
Yes, celebrating, they are greeting themselves after chasing everybody away with gun and what have you. They've managed to take over some of the local government areas. So this is the situation in Osun State. And earlier this morning, even Davido was ranting.
Because at this point, these niggas is fuckers, bro. And if you don't go mad for mad, they won't go for mad. We're mad. You're mad. We're mad too. You think you're crazy, Abi? We're crazy, motherfucker. What's up? Pull up. I'm gonna fuck you up. I swear to God on my life, bro. I swear to God. We're madder than you.
Nuisance Lele.
Americana Davido. You pull up. He's talking to the commissioner of police. So we're madder than you. You pull up. Try. You think you're mad? We're madder than you. Nuisance Lele. It's a total nuisance. But I won't blame him. He loves Ade Jackson, Ade Dancer so much. Like, you have to give it to him. He's somebody who, is a stakeholder. He's actually a stakeholder in how Ade Jackson became governor too. But last, the only song that came to my head, and I had to look for it, was this Aregbe Mugubaba Kabiru song. So again, we are just following, the development left, right, and center. Things are just like, Nigeria, it's just a place where people do whatever they want to do. When you have a country where the rule of law is dead, so what you have left is going to be the rule of thuggery, the rule of guns, maybe the rule of money, or maybe in this order: rule of money, rule of thugs, and then the rule of guns, wherever the rule of law is missing. This is the state of Nigeria. But we will leave that too. Let's leave that because our time is now rounding up, okay? I've only got 2 hours to spend with you. I have so much to share, so much. I had to give Agbeke. I had to give her my card. Just go to the store, like, you know, if you see anything you like, just stay away. I just to have this mini time with us. And afterward, I've got like lined up events of stuff I'm going to be doing after this broadcast. So my time is almost up. So maybe I'm just going to leave some for later. We never finish this, by the way. Let's give credit to those who are making efforts in, you know, investigating and then exposing those who are dealing in fake drugs, fake prescription, and you know that stuff. Because people are, like Nigerians have been subjected to this murderous enterprise where people who need life-saving medications, right? They ended up being duped and they lose their lives on fake drugs. So NAFDAC was in Anambra, where they found in part of the market in Anambra, right? They found those who were selling fake banned drugs to people. And what later triggered reactions or protests among the traders was the fact that the NAFDAC had to shut down the entire market. So people are now saying that, why are you using collective punishment for all of us? I mean, you can shut the stores. You found those fake drugs, but people who are not dealing in medications or what have you, right? We're not dealing in this medical stuff. Why should they kind of have to be punished? So that led to a protest. In Aba, same thing. They discovered another catch of, you know, fake medical products that they actually put value on some of them. They're saying that like worth over 10 billion naira. Baba. In Idumota in Lagos, same thing. Oh, I actually put all the videos together. So that is going to last us for the next 15 minutes, which is going to be overshoot my time. I don't mind, just to raise awareness of how evil this is. You see, I am going, if I have that influence, so I will propose death sentence to those who are caught, distributing fake medical products like drugs and what have you. All these guys don't deserve to actually be living. And if you can't give them death sentence, maybe life imprisonment, because it's like a slowly killing people. It's like slow genocide. You will never know how many people who are being killed daily for consuming fake drugs. You will never know. And Nigeria is a place where data is just like non-existent, you know? But let's first go to, so Peter B actually participated in one of them where, because they said he was in Anambra, and some of these lawmakers who are Labour Party lawmakers, they were also around from Anambra, they were around. So the people who are the traders in the market started calling them, and Obi and a senator and another guy, they moved down there to see and appease these traders. That's the first one. It's a long one though, right? But let's start with this.
Yes, sir. Here is the honorable member representing this place. You know him. I'm part of representing on the chat. This is our leader. No noise, hey. Let everybody pause down. This is our leader. And myself, I'm Dr. Tony Moye, Senate representative here. A prominent committee member on army, as well as police, as well as NAFDAC that falls under health. Our people have been calling us on phone, disturbing, crying. Officer, hold on. Nobody is disturbing your peace. Disturbing. Now, there are some people are breaking their shops. Some people are stopping them from coming. That they are searching for, I don't know. So we say, in as much that we are citizens of Nigeria, that in as much that we are against counterfeit drugs, or anybody doing something that's illicit against the law, we are not going to condone it. Let us know why our brothers and sisters have been stopped from entering market, because we tried to inquire, but unfortunately I could not get the picture of NAFTA. Who sent police? Army people must have sent people give signal to know what is the problem. Let us have on-spot assessment, so we can go back to the authority. If people have come here on directive, because we must have come on a directive to get some things done, so that we can collaborate with you people. If there's some bad elements, to feed them out. If there's some people who are looking for, to get them, so that the innocent ones can go back to their business. Let us collaborate with you people, so that we will not be acting on hearsay. Because anything we have been hearing is hearsay. That was why, peacefully, we didn't tell them we are coming. We didn't tell anybody. We just came quietly to come to know officer.
You are welcome. I will be back.
Okay. Okay. Chaluno ka ukwe kanu lede ku. Chaluno. Anu libe na emen. Weska. Ema libe na emen. Kosema. Libe na emen ona. Ema na ana ndi obo obo kwala. Yes. So, kahadi chikai.
Sorry, because of our time. So I'm trying to kind of still give some of this stuff before I leave. But now let me show you what have been shared by NAFDAC on these counterfeit fake drugs. The one they found in Abia State. Let's use that.
There is another discovery in Aba, Fox Road to be precise. You can see the city center here, very close to the Mango area, Fox Road, Aba. Now that team has discovered another place for the usual illegal drug merchants. From what is happening now, it's like the whole issue is on this particular building. You can see the shop is being opened to discuss what is inside there, and we are waiting to see. Now it has been opened for entrance to actually know what is inside. There are other places also that will be opened. Now just entering inside to see.
When we came in here yesterday, it was obvious that they started evaluating
their products.
Yeah, it's like information around that.
Okay. So from what we just had, the suspects, must have evacuated some of the products before the team got here through information. So we are now here to see things. You can see here starts with the same thing that we've been looking for. Just a warehouse filled with the same problem we are having in Aba. Fake, expired drugs.
See, this place is filled. I have to go inside to be able to.
This particular side is filled up. This is just on Fox Road along Ugomango, also very close to the Fobara Basin.
Expired. Same like the other
expired drugs. Same like the one at Umoshan.
You can see it. You can see the extension the other side.
Everything here is expired according to the officials. Different sections of the building. It's not one. It's a very huge warehouse. Stacked with expired drugs. You see, it's difficult for anybody to know what is happening.
So we have to go out
the odor alone
to the other building
can kill. You can see this. You can see this. Only God knows how they use light here.
Look at we even saw this.
Same
this one there.
drugs.
They are the kind of.
I think it's a cartel.
Yes.
You see, similar brands we saw at Umoshan.
This looks like high BP drug. The expiration is.
Okay, they've worked on the expiration.
Yes.
No wonder it's looking.
They are unregistered products. And then this one, August 2024.
Expiration date?
Expired August 2024. So there are so many of them. So the second building too housed so many other products.
You can see this. Okay, he even resides here.
Why they're excited, guys? I was bottled before we got them.
From the information available, the owner resides in a nearby building here.
I think outside.
You're calling for me. I think I'm calling for me.
No, I think.
There is another.
Sorry, 1 second. So I can have it bolted from my car. That was in Aba. Now let's leave Aba, let's leave Anambra and go to Lagos. Idumota in Lagos also received this NDLE, sorry, not NDLE, the NAFDAC, all right, where counterfeit drugs were also confiscated. Again, it is a pandemic. I haven't seen them make arrest because that's exactly what I expected. But it seems that they caught these ones in Lagos right at it because they went straight into their shops and what have you. So because of our time, let me show you that. All right, 1 sec. From Lagos.
The quantity is so much. We have about 200 times 25 times 10 times 10 milligram. That's the quantity of this diazepam. Then we have a rofinol, date rape drug. Rofinol, date rape drug. That's what that's the active ingredients. This is what they add to the drinks of young girls, and they will sleep up and they rape them. This is a drug. That's why they call it rape death drug. Then Nitrazepam, that's another brand of diazepam. So you can see the one.
It is the same thing with this one.
The same thing with this one.
That the brand names are not the same. This one is from Swiffer. Why this one is? I think is
this one is supposed to. This is from
Fitsin. Yes.
And I don't know what he's doing with this type of drug at his level. And most importantly, these drugs were hidden in a place you can never believe you will see drug, not to think of highly controlled medicine. So this is just a carton of this. So we go to the next one.
Nitrazepam.
This is nitrazepam, 5 milligram. It was also discovered inside the hideout. Then we have ampiclox from GSK. And we know that GSK has left this country, and most of the drugs purportedly from GSK is not really from GSK. Until otherwise proven, we are asked to mop them up for now. So these are the drugs. Then I think we saw cough syrup with codeine. Cough syrup with codeine was banned by NAFDAC since 2018. So I wouldn't explain where he's getting cough syrup with codeine. They are not in pack, they are quite few, but maybe he will tell us where the remaining ones are. And these are what we saw. These 4 bottles is what we saw in the hideout. So I think this, we decided to pick him up because I wouldn't know why this type of drug should be hidden in such a place. And when I got there, the people around were saying, "Madam, this place is a toilet, this place is a toilet." I said, "This place is not a toilet." Then I peeped inside, and behold, I saw cartons of drugs, and I insisted it should be opened, but there was nobody to open it. So I had to get the IPO with a hammer to break open the store. And that was where we recovered all this. So as we are now picking up this, he came in as the owner. So we also picked him with the S-bits. Thank you. Government, I want you to come on screen here. Start checking all the dates markers. The pampers marking. That one. Where's the other one? Are you asking? I'm saying to you, open this one.
I am from company. Yeah, company. The printer is there. Manufacture 2024. Yeah, it's showing 20. You see, I'm the closer. So you get. Manufacturing date. This is the main date here. Put back and on ask now. Sorry. 20%.
Man, like, come on, this whole, when I look at our people, I've got people there, you have people there, or you are living there, like in Nigeria, when I sort of imagine the amount of danger that you are exposed to in Nigeria, whether you are rich or you are poor, it doesn't really matter. When I try to quantify the amount of danger that lurks around you, a lot of stuff that can actually kill you, and some of you are still standing. Man, I have to call you the MVP, the most valuable people in my own book. Oh, that you are still there, and maybe you are still healthy. Man, as they say in Yoruba, you don't know waiting God do for you. Because in that place, from water to food to medicine to roads and everything is just right there to kill you. Some people are just like ikutanti. No matter what, they go still try and survive. But Nigeria is a country where people are having serious organ failures and what have you in such a very high rate. Some have even died without them even understanding what was wrong with them. Some people have died without even understanding what was wrong with them or what happened to them. They just say, they don't know that maybe there's a particular medicine they consume, ordinary paracetamol they consume is there to destroy their kidney because it's counterfeit, it's fake or expired, that they have to change the expiry date, change the expiry date so that they can hide that from the consumers, those who are going to consume them. Oh, there is more. Yeah, there is more. Let me show you. That's not the only one, by the way. There's also another set of anti-drug, agency in that contraption. They are called the NDLEA. So 2 days ago, they themselves also made a discovery. They discovered hidden contrabanded drugs or banned controlled substances, right? the drugs that have been like publicly banned. But these are for the science students are more only drug, right? And they found this stash of drugs in a very unusual place. Let me show you.
Can officers give us chance?
Give me that black stick.
So you and him can be doing the pulling around. Yeah. You can still snap it. Careful with edge. Where they are higher?
Yes, sir. Okay.
A very unusual place. That tells you that what they are doing is a crime. So they decided to have to hide it in a compartment in the car that is like, unusual place. Nigeria. Every day, wahala. Every day, wahala. Like they say that whenever God is bored, like it's like, man, I feel bored. We will say, for me remote, bring me that remote control. It will just change the channel to Nigeria to see things that will just make him be like, shame me no more down and each. Now me create these people. I say, J. Gabriel, come here. Are you sure that me create these people on this channel, this Nigeria? I say, now you. But now when you take a recess, we just use the the remnant of the sand, I mean the clay, to mold some characters, and we send them to that place. So every time when you are bored, right, you can change the channel there. They are just there for your entertainment. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. In Anambra State, where Soludump has been like making waves, where he's been chasing the DBS, all these DBS who are offering money rituals, get rich quick, this and that, or scamming people as they have been alleged to be doing, right? Where they have been arresting some of them. Now, the latest one now is that if all of them will come, if you are in Anambra State, they wear bra, you go do jail, you. I hope you understand. My Anambra viewers, did you get the message? In Anambra State of Soludump, if you know they wear bra, they wear pants, you go do jail, you. That's the announcement. They have to put a public address system on a car to announce to the women in Anambra, in that area. Listen, if you know they wear bra, imagine you just stay waka they go like, say, arrest her. And you can say, arrest me for what? You know they wear bra. How you take no? Because my job is to know that you don't wear bra. Nigeria on a real place, so very much a real place. So from the north to the west to the east to the south, South Niger Delta. If you see what today happen, the character of people there, you will be wondering, say, God, what? Like, sometimes you go be like, say, God, see people where you can't create me and them to be in the same country. But why? Papa God, why? From the followers to the leaders, every one of them. I mean, I saw Nigerian army, they shared a video of the Boko Haram. And you believe that Boko Haram wanted to go and fight ISWAP. And the Boko Haram, they uploaded the video. Nigerian army shared it and said, well, it works well for them. If Boko Haram fight ISWAP, make them decimate themselves. It is the achievement for us on the side. That's why they say if they explain Nigeria to you, like they explain Nigeria to you, and you are not angry, but you claim to understand. Baba want to explain it that way. They don't explain it well. There's no way they will explain Nigeria to you, and you are not going to get angry. I say, what is the meaning about this? Which kind of a country is this? What is wrong with our people? Hey, Nigeria real. I mean, it's unfortunate. The other day, the Minister of Health said Americans, British, Canadians, they are all going to Nigeria now for medical treatment because Nigeria medical system is what I say. How? Maybe you have some private hospitals, right? Some private medical practices that have done so well enough to provide health care for those who are willing to pay. And when you compare what people pay for medical treatment in America or other places, right? It's maybe more expensive there than it is in Nigeria. But what happened to the public health system, the public health care? How is that? When one of the premier health centers in Nigeria, UCH of Ibadan, has been without electricity, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 3 months. Nearly 100, more than 100 days, not second. More than 3 months, no electricity. How? Children no dey incubator for the hospital. How are they keeping safe their blood bank and other things that needed electricity? How? That's why I said, Toba explain Nigeria point. Toba don't understand there. And you are not flinching. I want to explain that. People had to protest and begin to call their power minister, the minister of darkness, Adelabu Benkelemesi. Ole, Adelabu, Ole. Ole, Only the next thing you are going to hear is solidarity for it. Solidarity. So after all that shouting and everything, everybody will go back to where they came from, and the whole problem continues, persists. Well, I've enjoyed myself though, right? I know the quality of the video may not be that great, but it's been manageable, isn't it? So you're not going to really miss me too much, okay? So until we return back to Glasgow, I will be seeing you probably every fortnight, every 2 days, okay? Just to give you a catch-up like this, share with you what's going on in that contraption, and maybe continue to feed your minds with the right information, so that when this time, the more you are informed, the more you are going to be away from being deformed. So on Mayegun's Diary Political, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you. Remember, like this broadcast, since you have been here with me all night, okay, or all afternoon. Like the broadcast now. Come on. It's the easiest thing to do. Right? Anyway, thank you so much for sharing your afternoon with me, or your evening with me, or maybe your morning with me as well. Thank you very much, and I am going to see you again. And until then, don't stop watching Mayegun's Diary Political. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun Diary Political. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.